Hello, everybody. Fearmy Games, the next part of the DEI Cimmeria campaign. We are here trying to defend our settlement against these Macedonian invaders. I don't think we will succeed, but at the very least, we can make them bleed. So we're gonna do our best to weaken this army, so that way our full stack will be ready and raring to smack them down and take them down. But on the bright side, there's only so much bleeding they can cause here. The regions after this are all a lot stronger and I've had it for them for a lot longer, so I'm not expecting as much trouble from them. What I think I'm going to do is probably two of you here. What's nice about this one is that we can potentially maximize the choke point advantage that we have here. Oops. And that by that I mean make use of the fact that the enemy is not usually all that cost effective when it comes to where they're supposed to be. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try and flank them as much as I can get away with. So what I want to try to do is I want to basically, try to flank them as best I can, essentially. No cavalry, which make the flanking idea I have a little bit harder, but I think it'll be just fine. This enemy general is going to get himself killed. I'm calling it now. Okay. Let me take over this choke point here. And the enemy's moving up here. Where are you guys going? And why are you guys moving, breaking formation? You guys literally just killed yourselves by doing that. I think I'm gonna have to maneuver one of my hoplites over here now. A lot faster than I was planning on. Doing my best to keep my general safely in the back. Yeah, all of this enemy horsemen right here, getting a nice arrow full from my archers. The enemy general is over here all by his own, so I'm not really going to be able to challenge him. Yep, okay. Weaknesses of these hoplites, the fact that they're not very resistant to enemy fire. But we're going to be able to refill their locations with backup. So I'm going to get these guys just in case. Reinforce right there. And now the enemy's starting to get their infantry involved here. But the missile cav is definitely not looking too pretty as my archers are taking them out. And what we have here is essentially another force ready to flank the enemy if they get too far engaged here. That's kind of what I'm hoping it's going to become. And that we're essentially going to make use of the fact that we have all of these choke points to make use of to weaken the enemy's attack force by that much more. The enemy cav already charged into my weakening citizen hoplite line, which should hopefully, do quite the damage to them. But one of our units is already broken, not too surprising, all things considered. We'll move that guy up. Doing a good job, Archer Broskis. How's it looking over here? You guys are doing just fine, it looks like. Fearmy are over here. These guys are doing just fine. They have to be careful about going how far we end up going, at least at this juncture, because we could still get flanked. This is a nice, firm hoplite wall right now. But the enemy's main forces aren't actually engaged right now. It's just a small force. So that's why I'm not fully engaging these guys quite yet. But it looks like the enemy is doing a very slow charge for some reason into me. Where's that one unit? I don't see it. I try to maneuver these guys around. How are you guys looking? Still plenty of ammunition to keep firing, at least. This time they have the general's bodyguard to help try and keep them alive as best they can. Probably does wonder if it would be better to fire into this blob over here. Yeah, now the enemy's gotten engaged here. They have they actually have phalanx infantry here that with the long spears. So if they're a little bit smarter, they would actually be a bit more of a threat. But they've actually gone close enough that my hoplites are actually able to attack back. How's it looking over here? You guys are holding these guys back. These guys are going to do a good job punching forward in. Now my guys here have been attacked, but the enemy's actually left a flank wide open right there. I'm going to do my best to exploit. Take that spot, buckaroos. Flank 'em, boys. Show 'em who's boss. Is there like another phalanx infantry here that I'm not seeing? I only see 2 banners here, but there must be a 3rd one. Which is a bit awkward if that is the case. Yep, these guys just got basically turned around on, and the friends in the front kind of broke. They got wiped out. You guys need to move to get shoulder to shoulder with the general bodyguard. You guys, I don't mind actually having you guys trying to flank around if possible. Form phalanx. For the phalanx, because now that the enemy pressure is kind of going up, I want them to survive. Just hopefully allow them to survive a little bit longer. So the longer they can survive and maximize their efficiency, the better we'll be. Fortunately, the general's just getting punched through as well by these heavy elite guards. Buckaroos, you got this. Another unit down. You can catch that guy, that'd be great. But I don't think you'll make it. That elite guard's actually looked like he might break because he got himself surrounded by my hoplites by pushing a little too hard into my lines. That's good for us. Let's get a good flank off here, if I don't say so myself. Or at least try and slaughter all these guys right here trying to run away. The more you kill, the better off we'll be. Alright, back to the wall. I'll hopefully prevent them from being flanked. My unit's breaking now. They're both breaking. Our archers have actually run out of ammunition, so they've maximized their effectiveness essentially. We're taking on the enemy archers here. For some reason, they marched in their own archers here, but against my archers. But you know, you're kind of outnumbered at that point. So it's kind of a weird decision to make. That's the end of the battle. We ended up getting a decent amount of kills in, I think, for our efforts. We basically wiped out all the enemy horsemen. We almost wiped out one of the elite guard and a couple of their peltas. This army has officially been neutered, and we should be able to take it now without any difficulties, I would say. A decent amount of kills from the archers and everybody all around. I wasn't expecting victory, so these militias did their job. Macedon actually didn't take Iconian? I'm surprised. They must realize just how weak their position is right now. Konossos is still holding strong, which is a bit surprising to me if I'm being honest. And Pessanos looks like it might be left wide open for Pergamon to take, but if Pergamon does take it, they're just going to get wiped out, so I don't really know how well that's going to go for them. We'll find out, I guess. Petrodavo. What? Petrodavo's not right there. These guys are offering me peace but they're demanding money. I don't really feel the need to offer peace to them. They're demanding me money. It's like, you're not a threat. Why would I pay you? Basically my thought process right now. Alright. Let's see, is Korea being besieged right now? Look, that's what it looks like. What am I working on? I picked martial, but I'm actually doing civil. Child has died. Okay. But yeah, that's a very weak army. I don't really think I'll have any trouble retaking side. And 2 turns, this army will be ready to take them on as well. We're almost back to side as well. Pergamon, that's a Roman army. I just noticed that. But Ankrea might fall to the Macedons. That'll honestly be rather convenient for us because that means I can take this entire region. But I'm also not in a position to actually assist either, or else I might be tempted to support my allies. 3 more turns for that army to be done. Army was destroyed. My poor garrison force. They did their best, though. And Palmyra with his mid-banditry problems. I'm hoping this will help with the banditry situation. And banditry unrest in Traxonia. I didn't even realize you guys had a problem. You could take that instead. Alright, let's do some politiques, because we need to regain influence. These guys are quite the threat in terms of politically speaking. So let us start gathering support. Basically, this guy's job is to try and gather support as much as possible without making everybody absolutely hate us. We went back to Mark. We really want to get to Beloved if we can. Can anybody else gather support, or can it only be him? I think it can only be him. Apparently, we had a deceased illegitimate child. Thenius had an elemental child who just passed away at age 5. That's unfortunate. There goes that line. Sparkles the 5th passed away, but he does have the children. Okay. So at least there's that political. This done. I want to try and see what I can craft. There's still that rebel army that's being formed here. Where is that army of mine? It's over here. The Odysseus is there. No, the Ares Dread. Slowly making away. This is a force is plenty strong to deal with a rebel force. So I'm not too worried about it. Yeah, Tarsos has, it's not the strongest garrison, the fact that it just hoplites, and with still some militia left behind, but it is strong, the fact that it is a 20 garrison, with a decent amount of cav. I think it's probably stronger than Antioch's garrison, just based on what I can see. But yeah, we'll take side back. And next turn, I think something really we can afford right now, at least I can tell. Though I can finally move on to Zarmazagetsu, and take it for myself. Apparently I can auto-resolve it and just consider it a victory. Though 66, there would definitely be a lot of forces lost. Maybe I should have fought it out just because the fact that I think it was the first walled barbarian city we encountered. Oh well, a bit too late for that now. I'll keep that in mind next time. Yeah, we have officially captured this region. Basically just demolishing everything right now. That was a nice thing to conquer. Show them who's boss. Let's see. I don't think we see any sign of an enemy army in the south where we are. Oh, there is one right there. Found him. A full stack, actually. But, is that a full stack Roman army? No, it is not. This will be a huge boon for us. Once we take Poldelva, that will mean that Macedon only has this minor settlement left. Maybe Ankara if they successfully take it. And Pestinos. And Pestinos, Ankara, you know, those aren't long for this world I'm at, I would say. Keeping these guys here is a bit of a pain in the butt because they're all slowly dying. Don't honestly fully understand it. For foraging for food, but this is kind of our territory. I don't really know why it's such a big deal for them, but it is. That is a full stack. It'll take a little bit of time for these guys to rest and recover. But let us start getting our siege towers built. To secure success. And we'll try moving these guys up to join them. Alright, let's do the end turn sequence. I'm thinking there's nothing else I can really do. I think that's valuable enough. Oh. I can issue an edict again. Tax rate. They may be in rebellion, but that just means we're going to tax them even more. But it was definitely worthwhile doing that gather support. Even if it does tank some loyalty, it will be extremely valuable, reducing the influence of the other factions. Honestly, there's only really two factions. Myself and I think it was the Phanagorians. That's the only real two factions. I could fight this out and try to weaken the enemy a bit more, but I think you guys see me fight enough hopeless battles at this point. So the garrison's going to be wiped out. But, you know, less damage than I might have done, but it's just fine. Iconian will be taken, but we will take it back momentarily. That army is not a threat to us. You know, I could have taken, I could have done that. Oh, it's fine. I was thinking I could have done some more better siege stuff when I took Zarmazgets, however it's pronounced. But I've definitely taken the center of Dacia, which I could very much appreciate. I haven't seen any Roman armies like that are actually a threat. Ooh. An enemy full stack. I think I might honestly be able to take them. Though it is a pretty cool looking army, I'm not gonna lie. I think I'm gonna fall back and see if they follow me. There's a Dacian army right there I can wipe out. But dang. The main killer is the fact that my guys are just slowly being starved right now. Let these guys retreat inside. That's not where you were supposed to retreat, but fine. This is an easy battle. Okay, I win this one, no problem. Apparently I didn't even need to really move Ares Dread over here. 2 Armenian Spearmen and one bunch of weak-looking units against Hoplites? Come on, son. What coast knows not of our blood? Okay. So where is the victory point? It's not up here where it should be nice and fancy looking where the temple is. It's down here. So basically the same format as the previous battle. Group you guys there. Everyone else. We're going to follow a similar stratagem, except the remaining Greek militia, we're going to figure out where we want him. Because the cavalry, we definitely want to be part of our flanking forces. There's no doubt about that. How about you? Oh, oops. Grabbed the wrong one. You are supposed to be the one that's right here. The other one is the one I want here. Okay, let's start the battle. I think that's all I really need to do. Come on, there we go. Leave the general out of that. Group 3 right there. Just walk there. What are they called? I'm curious. Persian Kinsman Cavalry, Kiplu. I wonder if that's what the faction name would be if it spawned here. Fancy looking attire though, I gotta say. But the might of our Greek spears will show why this is our settlement. And why we wrested it from the Seleucids themselves. Well, the enemy general fell back a bit. I think it's honestly going to be valuable to kind of angle my guys a bit to be more, hopefully, arrow fire resistant. Apparently they're getting a little bit stuck on terrain, so my guys aren't going to be as ready as they could be. Especially as enemy cavalry decides to charge them head on. Yeah, it's honestly was the best charge that they were going to get against any of my units, was against that one. But even then, with a really good charge, they actually have not killed any of my hoplites, which surprises me. trying to order them to reform the line, because they don't actually have a real line right now, which is also making me extremely surprised about the fact that they're not being just brutally slaughtered right now. So the enemy is picking an interesting direction, but they're also probably picking the bestest point, because for some reason these guys have a giant hole in the center of their line. Don't question it, I guess. Let me fire into this giant blob. It looks like I will want my general to take this spot after all, since reform the line's not working out the way it's supposed to. Maybe if I have them attack, maybe that'll fix it. At least that helped make the line actually reasonable. I'm just gonna keep him back now since we actually fixed the line. Oh, my general actually wants to be over here now. Looks like that's the good spot. Alright, cavalry. Flanking time, boys. Good job, boys. That spear unit's gonna just try running around, but they're gonna be met by a very ready phalanx unit. So I'm not overly worried, if I'm being honest. The enemy general's already starting to break as a result of the situation that he found himself in, so that's good. Yeah, time for Rude Awakening. You guys don't have any Javi, so you're just basic, very light spearmen. You guys have phalanx formation, so I'm just going to turn that off. No need for you to have it on. Yeah, that guy's broken. Not shattered, but broken, and the general's not dead yet. Something to keep in mind as the battle rages. Yeah, that's gonna be an easy victory over here for my general. And that archery is just about to break as it got raffle stomped by 3 separate cav units. Now this last one's about to be chased down by another unit, by 3 units of cav as well. Though I'm going to order this unit actually to turn that way just a week. Oh, never mind, they got finished off. Never mind, I don't even need to. Have them turn back. There is a good chance of the enemy general coming back though, so we'll need to keep an eye out for that. There we go. So far, so good. This archers are actually doing a surprisingly good job of holding the line. I'm officially impressed. Let me get my cav ready to charge in. Where's the enemy general? Looks like the enemy general is back. Not too surprising. Just to keep an eye on where he wants to go. As this unit gets finished off by the cav stabbing down at them, we will be able. I'm going to reform them and then charge them straight to the next line of archers back here. There we go. And get them night. Look, the enemy archers knows they're next. They're like, boys, this might not be our best decision to stand right here. And you know what? They're right. It's not going to be their best decision. Because I'm just going to unleash my entire army of cav onto their faces. Because, why not? Yeah, that guy just broke because my cav charge actually clipped them a bit. basically no enemies left, except for that one unit right here, a couple units right there. I'm not worried about them at this point in time. Time for group 2 to finish off these guys. And the last unit left is this spearman who's 1v1ing my general bodyguard. My general's bodyguard has lost 4 units, and this one has lost almost 100. You can definitely see which army's doing better. And this is why you do not rebel against our Greek might. We will be an army, an empire that lasts for millennia. Archers did a pretty decent job getting kills there. I think we only killed one of our own guys, and that's, I consider, an achievement. Tired. Long day. We'll actually record this video after work, so I didn't have time to record any videos this weekend. So I'm recording them now. We have defeated the rebels. They're still around, but they basically are now a non-threat. I'm not surprised that there's missing taxes in a region where we're basically fighting a war to retain or to recapture, to fight over, basically. Gonna retake side, and I'm gonna chase down Iconia. There's no real point to fight that out. It's a pretty simple, easy, straightforward battle. And the Centaurs are honestly at a point where they can probably quite easily take out the remains of the enemy army. There we go. Side honestly hasn't lost anything that I want from it, which is good for me. Means that the enemies didn't waste my time. This army actually is not suffering from attrition, which is actually surprising to me. This region right here is like cursed, apparently, not to have food. Which must be what it is. Fortunately, with me being so aggressive in the battle, it's actually being a benefit for my enemies. A nice 1v1 battle, but we're going to save this for next time because the fact that we're out of time, and I do want to make sure I fight this one out so that way my army doesn't suffer too much from attrition, because that's basically we're losing men to attrition more than anything else, which is what's surprising me right now, if I'm being honest. So we're going to end the episode there, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Next time we'll slap around Getae. We'll retake the territories lost to Macedon, and hopefully retake Poldelva, officially knocking out Macedon as a threat to us. So I wish you guys a good day, night, evening, wherever you guys may be, and I'll see you guys next time.